Holy crap, does that feel better? Welcome to a post-game edition of Lombardi Time Brews. I am your host, John Delray. Just a very, very quick video with some quick post-game thoughts from Sunday Night Football. Packers versus Bears, where the Green Bay Packers absolutely dismantled the Chicago Bears 27-10. Holy crap, does this feel better than the Viking game from last week. The Packers at times were absolutely firing on all cylinders. And there were still some stall-out moments along the game, but a redemption game in a lot of different ways. I'm going to go over some very quick good and bad. Join us for tomorrow's episode of Lombardi Time Brews, where I'm going to go through this much more fully, as well as review the top 5 things I was looking for that I announced last week, and see how they turned out in a little bit more full version. But first, we're going to cover the bad. First of all, the run defense. I mean, the game just ended, and David Montgomery wound up with 15 carries for 122 yards. That's an 8.1 average. And it seemed like a lot of those yards came on missed tackle opportunities for the Packers, something they absolutely will look to clean up before taking on Leonard Fournette and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week. But in a 27-10 win, you don't want to dwell too much on the bad, I should say. But I want to throw in one quick word here about NBC. What the hell you doing, NBC? In the first 14 minutes of game time, you included a cute little graphic with cheese talking about, well, Aaron Rodgers hasn't had any offensive players in the first round. Yeah, can we talk about the second round instead with Devontae and Jordy, or James Jones in the third, or hell, Donald Driver in the 7th, or, going back, Jermichael Finley in the 4th. Let's talk about the playmakers that they actually find later on in the draft. No, let's continue to dwell on the same crap that we've talked about for 10 years. Also, Christian Watson was picked real early in the second round this year, but who cares about those kinds of details? Also, second, speaking of not caring about details, you're going to dare throw up a cute little graphic about Davante Adams? This is no disrespect to Davante at all. Lord knows I love him, but the man had 12 yards receiving today. You didn't include that in your cute little thing about how the Packers are going to replace him. So NBC, knock off your crap. Also, I had to talk this week about David Bakhtiari and his busted up knee and why he's missing so much time in the whole 3 surgeries thing. And you dare have Chris Collinsworth say, well, I would want to take a couple extra weeks too. You son of a... Chris Collinsworth, hush. You're not helping the cause. David Bakhtiari will be back when he's healthy. But enough about that. They made me mad. NBC has no business doing the coverage that they did tonight. Finally, it got better towards the end of the game after the Packers had this well in hand. But here's the good. The good. Aaron Jones redemption game. Coming off after only 8 carries, or 8 touches last week, finally getting more involved. 15 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown for a very healthy 8.8 yards per carry today. A.J. Dillon seemed to have a lot more difficulty finding holes. The Bears were playing very aggressive up front. A.J. Dillon seemed to constantly be running into it, but Aaron Jones, with his vision, with his bend, just kept on finding more and more space. Jones was also the second leading receiver on the team, with 3 catches for 38 yards and a touchdown. You just love to see everything about how they used Aaron Jones tonight. In addition to that, the pony package. Let's talk offensive creativity. Let's talk fourth quarter read option for Aaron Rodgers. That man is old. And yet they're calling read option, and there he goes just running off for a first down. Loved the creativity out of the offense tonight. Absolutely loved the utilization of the pony package. Using it more and more. Put your best playmakers on the field. And that's what the pony package allows them to do. On the second touchdown play for Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon served as a lead blocker. Oh, it's beautiful. And you want to see LaFleur use more and more of that kind of creativity with this offense. putting your best players in position to succeed. Moving on from that, the special teams. Dare I say, competent? Pat O'Donnell, certainly a revenge game for him going against his former team. He punted extremely well tonight. Amari Rogers had a punt return of over 20 yards. Yes, he did have the muff later in the game too, but still over a 20-yard return for Amari Rogers. Coverage looked better. The Packers nearly blocked a punt. I mean, all of these are steps in the right direction. We have said for a long time now that we just hope for competency from the Packers special teams. Tonight, we had it. We now know what it looks like. Continue trending in that direction. And then also I'm going to talk a little bit about the defense. Second and third quarter defense specifically. Yes, the opening drive, they got gashed. No doubt about it. But then there were 4 straight 3-and-outs right after that. Very, very well done. Very aggressive. Very sure tackling. And I loved to see Rashawn Gary continue to get after the quarterback. Although, be warned, this is what can happen with mobile quarterbacks. The one time that Gary didn't set the edge and Fields ran around the outside. But, nonetheless, Gary had a consistent presence in the pass rush. He even registering a sack. Jair, after a whole bunch of conjecture online this week that Jair's cooked, he's not coming back to the way he was, he gets the game-sealing pick. And you know what? Shout out to Preston Smith. That man, he is quiet, and all he does is just go about his job. He set the edge wonderfully tonight. He got after Fields a couple times. Preston Smith had a very, very strong game. Something that you certainly love to see, and something that you just know can help get the wheels a-turning to make this defense continue to operate. So, all in all, great game. Huge win for the Packers in a big week. It feels wrong to ever say that the Bears game is a must-win, but the Packers needed to get the monkey off the back and get in the win column. And tonight they did, and they did it with all 3 phases of the ball. Offense with the creativity and the running backs. Defense, second and third quarter being so aggressive, getting after it. And special teams, competence. Overall, a great team win for the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones absolutely gets the game ball on the offensive side. Defensive side, I'll give it to Preston Smith for a very quiet yet very, very strong game. One you totally love to see. Join us tomorrow on Lombardi Time Brews for a much more full look at the game, as well as analysis and any updates that there may be for tomorrow. So that's all for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the game, and as always, go Pack Go.